Hey, this is Wayne and Jonathan with CDF. Today we want to teach you how to install a hollow metal frame and a wood door into a metal stud wall with 5/8 sheetrock on each side. And so the first thing that we have to do, you always have to make sure you get the rough opening correct. And so Jonathan is about to measure the rough opening, make sure we got the right measurements before we try to install something in the wrong size hole. So on the width, it should be, the thickness of the wall should be 4 7/8 inch, which it is. And then on the, that was the thickness of the wall. And on the width of the opening, it's a 3-foot opening door. So you always add 2 inches to your width and 1 inch to your height on a drywall wraparound frame. And so it should be, if he's 36 inches on the door, it should be +2, should be 38 inches is your rough opening. And that's right. And then the door, since it's 84 inches tall, a 7-foot door, +1 makes it 85 inches. And that's what we have there. So now that we know that we have a good rough opening, the thickness of the wall is right, the width and the rough opening is right, and the height is as well. We want to make sure that we have the right frame, because the frame that we need is going to be a drywall frame, and it's going to be 4 7/8 on the inside in the depth, and that'll cover the wall thickness. Next thing from here is Jonathan's going to talk to you about all the tools that you need. Make sure you're prepared, because if you're not prepared during an install, it can cause you a lot of problems, a lot of trouble. So we're trying to help you out on this one.
All right, we're going to go through all the tools that we need for the install. Starting over here, we have 2 levels. The first one you're going to need is a 2-foot level to go on the header. And the other one, we have a 6-foot. You need at least a 4-foot, I would say, but we have a 6-foot. Both of these are magnetic so that you can stick it on the frame once you have there and make sure that you're level on the header and on the hinge jamb and strike jamb. Next, what we have are shims, in case your frame is out of square and you need to put it under your frame in the install to level your door or square up your door. We have our safety glasses, our tape measure. We have 2 hammers, a regular hammer and a mallet hammer. We have our hinge screws, our door silencers, and our drywall frame screws. The drywall frame screws will go on the bottom of each side of the frame to anchor it into your wall. We have our impact drill with a number 2 and a number 3 bit. The number 2 bit will be for your drywall screws that go into the frame. And your number 3 bit will be for your hinge screws so that you don't strip out the screws whenever you're installing your hinges on the frame. And then we have a grinder here as well, just in case we need to grind out the frame hinge bulbs to square up the door a little bit more after the install. Then what we have here is a spacer board. This is not necessary. We use it just to help with the install, to square up your frame. And what we do is we just take a piece of plywood. You can even use a 1x6 piece of wood, and you can cut notches into each end so that whenever you actually put this into your frame opening, it'll actually square up your frame for you. And so we use this instead of just using a tape measure every time. We can put this into the frame to make sure that it's square whenever we're doing the install. So these are the tools that you need here. Let's get started.
So now that we got our frame, we're going to get ready to install. Just wanted to go over some of the basics with you on a drywall frame. First thing you have is you've got the compression anchors at the top. They have a flange that's on the very back that you can see here. And when you put it into the wall, both sides have it. So the strike jamb with the strike and the hinge jamb over there with your hinges, as you install it into the opening, you'll use the compression anchors that will squeeze it against it. And that's what helps hold it in place. And then at the very bottom, you have some screw holes down here. That's where we're going to end up putting the drywall screws into those screws on each side, on both jambs. And that'll hold that part of it in place as well when we get going on the install. So the drywall frame, here's the head. The drywall frame has a rabbet on each side. This side and this side over here, those are called rabbets. This is for an 1 3/8 door. And this would be for an 1 3/4 door. Most commercial applications never use an 1 3/8 anymore, only on the 1 3/4. But manufacturers have kept this frame the same way. So it's very important to know that, because when you line up your head jamb to your hinge jamb and to your strike jamb, this has to line up in the right way. So, because sometimes people will try to do it in the slots, and it doesn't actually install right because they've got it backwards. So you got to make sure these pieces line up correctly with the hinge and strike jamb. All right, Jonathan's going to move that. We're going to start with the strike jamb first. And so he'll put this into the wall first and put it in at an angle. Right there is not good enough, yep. And then we'll come back with the head. Remember, make sure that they align with the rabbets, like what we talked about a second ago. Perfect. Now that we got the frame in, still rough in, so now we got to make sure everything is square on it. But as you can see, we already got good corners at each side. That's super important to have that. That's the first big step that we want to have in there. So next we'll start really measuring everything out, making sure it's level. So now that we got the frame installed and the tabs are nailed down on each side, we had to hammer those down. That helps hold the head and the jambs together really good and tight. It gives us good, nice, tight corners like we have now. The next thing is to install the spacer board. Spacer board is just a piece of wood that we use to help keep the frame square. And so what we'll do is we'll get a board that's, since we're going to do a 3-foot door, 36-inch door, we want to make the board exactly 36. So just like what Jonathan said earlier when he was going through the tools, you can use a 1x6 if you want. We used a piece of plywood. We ripped it down. We notched it out, but you can also just V-cut it if you want to. Doesn't have to be pretty. Just as long as each tab that you see on each side right here, those sides from side to side equal exactly 36, because that's your door opening. We take that now and we'll just put it inside at the bottom of the opening. The big thing that we want to do is just, as I'll step on this side, I want to make sure that each tab on each side hits the frame in the rabbets. And that way you can hold it good and tight, and it keeps your frame square level on both sides. Because sometimes if you're measuring, you might get this side right, but the frame on this other side could bow out. And if that happens when you're doing it, it makes it to where that door doesn't sit right, adjust right, swing right, all that kind of thing. So what we're doing is keeping that very good and level. The next thing we'll do is we'll get our levels. Magnetic levels. That's what we're talking about. So now that we have the levels on the frame and on the head, we'll start looking to see really where we are with it. So on the jamb, you can see in the bulb here, it's just a little bit off. It's still within the lines, but it's touching one line and leaving more space on the other. That means we got to make an adjustment there on the frame one way or the other. And part of that has to do with the wall application. So we want to make sure that it fits well inside of a wall that maybe not be 100% square or true. So, but we got to make sure that the frame is for the door to swing properly. So now that we got the frame level and square, we feel good about it. It's rested up against the spacer board really well. So what Jonathan's going to do now is he's going to put the drywall screws in the bottom of the frame that'll hold it in place nice and tight. And that way we can start doing the compression anchors next and making sure they're good and tight against it. And after that, we're ready to install a door.